You see, you have to understand that these three emotions are very powerful, but on the flip side, you have to also be aware of how to read these emotions. A lot of LOs or salespeople in general, they have a problem with listening. And so if you ever recorded yourself, you could tell if you got this problem too, because you'll hear that the way you're communicating, all you're thinking about is what you're going to say next. You ever talk to somebody and you could tell they just not are listening to you? All they're thinking about is what they're going to say next, or what they're going to brag about next, or what they're going to brand next. The reason why it's important to listen is because they are actually telling you how to hack their code, how to hack their preferred way of communication, right? They will tell you certain things of which of those three powerful emotions pushes them further or makes them want to act. You see, a lot of us think right now it's price, rate, fees, points, right? It's the lowest rate, the maximum pricing exceptions. No, bro, it's not. I promise you, it's not. What really pushes them is the things that they actually tell you that push them. And that blows my mind because, there are a lot of justified reasons as to why a salesperson doesn't really listen to these cues. They don't listen to these flags. And the primary reason is because the salesperson or the loan officer is actually on guard themselves. Again, why would you be on guard? Well, you're on guard because you're protecting your status. You get it? So that's pushing you to completely neglect the easy way to close somebody, which is just simply listening to what they're saying and then reiterating it back to them. I know it's a little bit simple, right? It sounds much more simple, but it is a little bit more complex. And so let's give an example, right? So if you got somebody and they're not hinting to the fact that they're interested in pulling out equity. Right now in the current climate, in the current market, there's a lot of people who got boosted equity. And then if you take in consideration inflation with the increased cost of living and just the fear that's being put out by the media of times will be hard, there's going to be a crash, a collapse, right? And really what it is that when you are engaging with somebody, you have to understand that that's fact, that that's true. But oftentimes the salesperson doesn't look at the individual as an individual. They look at the individual as a lead. It blows my mind, right? Like as if the person you're talking to is just one of 3 leads you're going to receive that day. Change your perception. Don't look at it that way. Every single person that you talk to is an engagement, and it's 100% solely focused on that individual. How do you get focused on that individual? Is you have to understand, you have to master your craft. It's a lot of repetitions. It's understanding your game. It's having a strategy and going and putting that plan and that strategy in effect. And so you might be like, okay, well, D, what's the plan? What's the strategy? The plan and the strategy is understanding that your script, what you say, it should be second nature. Meaning you say the things, but you can do you multitask, right? So even though I'm speaking, I'm listening to certain things. So even though I'm speaking to somebody, mind you, I can hear their background. I could hear their tone. But more importantly, I could hear their choice of words. Your script needs to be formatted in a way to open them up. Why? You need to open them up so they could speak and tell you exactly how to sell them. Can you imagine how easy it would be to close somebody if you just knew exactly what pushed their buttons, exactly what emotion they reacted to or they were triggered by? And you could do that if you understand the science behind this script that I give.